Hello and welcome back to Sherwood Park Toyota. Today we're looking at a Toyota Land Cruiser Premium in the color white. Let's take a look. Starting up front, underneath the hood, you have the gas component of the hybrid energy system. It is a turbocharged iForce Max 2.4-liter L4 engine. It is automatic transmission, gets up to 326 horsepower, 465 pound-foot of torque, towing capacity up to 6,000 pounds. Up front, you've got your LED headlights, customary daytime running lights. Then down below, you've got your Rigid Industries color changing headlamps. Currently we have it set to the yellow hue, but it can be changed to the same white as you find on the headlamps themselves. We'll take a look at the controls for that when we get inside of the driver's side of the cab. Then all the way across the front, you'll find these little round nodules. These guys are your front parking sensors. Down below here, we also have the front-facing camera. Onto the side here, you have 20-inch alloy wheels. Factory running boards. Side mirrors include integrated turn signals and blind spot monitoring. And then on the side you'll find an additional camera, which contributes to the surround view camera effect. Now, if you look at either one of your front handles, you'll find this little dimple. We'll talk about that more, though, on the driver's side. Heading back, all your rear windows come with factory tinting, and up top we have black roof rails. On the back of the unit, just like up front, you have backup parking sensors that go the whole way across. On the right-hand side, we have the iForce Max Hybrid badge. Then you have your Land Cruiser badge on the left. Underneath of your rear logo is your backup camera. Lastly, on the back corner here, though, if you look on the bottom left-hand side, you'll find this little button. Give that guy a press. You'll be able to see and hear that the glass panel here pops up a bit. You can use a handle under the rear windshield wiper to lift the glass the rest of the way upwards. This neat little feature allows you to have quick and easy access into your rear cargo space here without having to open your hatch all the way up. You can use it either to get quickly in and out of there, or if you want to, if you're going for a short distance and you have some cargo that doesn't quite fit in your space, you can release this hatch and it gives you a little bit of extra wiggle room in there. To close it up, just reach up to the glass and pull it down. Don't be shy about it. Trust me, it is more durable than it might seem. Then, gotta make sure that it latches all the way, otherwise it will not allow you to open up the power liftgate here. So press the button right underneath of the Y, and the power liftgate should lift itself upwards. So inside here, your second row seating, you'll find you have a 60-40 split on the left, which allows the two sides to function independently. We'll look at the controls for those seats when we get up front on the other side in a moment here. In the back, you have plenty of storage space. You also can see those little glowing charger ports that are available to you on each side. Across the back here, we have the interior cargo cover. This guy extends outwards, locks into place on these little hooks on either side, and helps to keep private any goods you keep stored below it so that no one can look in through your rear windows and see what you have. We've got a couple of accessories down inside of here, including the hitch receiver. We also have the Land Cruiser carpeted mats in their factory packaging. There are a couple of different covers. You can also see something is rolled up underneath in the back there. It is very similar to what we have right here. So this is a rubber cargo space cover. This guy is a Land Cruiser, of course, labeled one. And then with this, you get both the rubber version and the carpeted one, which is rolled up along the back. This guy has a couple of jobs. First off, it helps protect your vehicle from damage from your cargo. It provides this nice extra layer of support and more texture so that your items don't move around as much, as well as just providing a little barrier in between those two things. Secondly, it helps you to keep your space clean. It is much easier to simply pick this up and remove it out of the space, and you can either rinse or shake any dirt or debris off of it, rather than everything sticking to that carpeted interior that likes to stick to every little piece of dust. In each one of the four corners, you'll be able to find these little silver tie-down hooks. You can use these guys to further secure your cargo load. On the right, you also have a 12-volt adapter. Then, to the left, you'll be able to find that there are two false wall panels here, one on the top, one on the bottom. Bottom one is where you're able to access your battery should you need to. Up top is where you have your toolkit for your spare. Now, if you want access to these, we have videos covering this more in depth, but there are a series of false floor panels that run all along underneath of this space, and you simply take those out as well as some of the trays that are inside here, and it will give you access to that wall panel. To close up your space back here, you can reach up to the handle on the left, or just press one of the electronic buttons on the right. One of them will simply close the space, and the other will close and lock it all at once. Next, let's go take a look at the inside. Inside here, your interior upholstery is the black Softex leatherette. You have light gray stitching on here to provide some contrast to your seats. You also have this texturing that you'll find on the seats themselves. In between the two sides back here, there is a folding down armrest / cup holder, which you can choose to either have down or up in order to accommodate either for some more storage space, for comfort purposes, or for having additional seating. Now on the back of your seats here, you'll find that you have storage pockets. Back of the console, you have your Land Cruiser badge up top there. Then you have your third air conditioning control panel. This allows for your second row occupants to control their own temperature, mode, and fan speed. This can be controlled from up front. We'll take a look at that when we're up there. Down below is where you have all of your charger spaces. Then you'll find that we have the Land Cruiser rubber mats currently installed down below. And lastly, looking down here, you've got this little diagram showing you your seats folding up and away. This guy is using this little handle that is tucked down in behind the back here. So you can do this single-handedly. Simply lift this upwards, and it allows you to fully fold your seat up. So you can either do this so you can get quick, easy access into this rear cargo space in order to give yourself a little bit of extra room for your cargo, or if you want to, of course, you can just have it laid down in the traditional style of folding a second row seat flat. Lots of different arrangements to make sure that you have access to whatever you so need. Inside of the door here, you have your storage spaces. Of course, you have your JBL speaker sound system and power window control. Backing end of the little dimple, this guy indicates keyless entry. So if you have the key fob on your person, you can tap your hand on the symbol or inside the handle to lock or unlock your unit. Inside the driver's door, you've got power windows for both front and back. You've got your window lock, power lock system, and the side mirror controls. Up top here, this allows for your side mirrors to fold in flat with the body of your unit. You can either keep it set to auto, so they'll fold and unfold when you lock and unlock with a key fob, or you can press this button on the left-hand corner to have them fold in and out at will. Then you have your memory seat settings here, which of course means you have electronic seat adjustment. Back, front, up, down, and lumbar support. Then you've got your hood release latch on the bottom left-hand corner of your dash. On top of that, controls for your trailer. Then you have your AC 120 volt, your power trunk release, and gas release. Up top, we have your fog light controls. So up top, you notice that we have the yellow lights going on, and this is displaying this little orange light. If you press this, it will turn to white instead. We'll keep it set to that. At the end of the video, when we're doing our last circle around the vehicle, you'll be able to see that the fog lights have turned from yellow to white, so keep an eye out for that. Then, of course, you got your dash brightness, you have your parking sensors, and automatic headlamps. We also have the power tilt and telescopic steering wheel here. Popping up here and taking a closer look at the steering wheel. It is black leather with black stitching. Up top, you have paddle shifters. Left-hand side, controls here are for the dash display, hands-free communication, and your volume control. Right-hand side, radio controls on the bottom, adaptive cruise control up top, including both sonar and lane departure. Now, this glossy little piece that is just above your steering wheel right here, this guy is a safety feature. It helps to notify you if it notices that your eyes are not facing forward. So if you're looking away, it will flash you a little light to bring your attention back forward so that you're not being distracted while driving. Then up top, you'll find this little cutout on your dash. Then if you look straight forward, you'll notice just right about here, you've got a couple of little metrics being displayed. This is your heads-up display system. It allows you to keep your eyes on pertinent information, not having to take them on and off the road to do so. So we can have a couple of different things displayed in here. One of the things we've got right now include your sonar distancing for your adaptive cruise control, as well as your speedometer. To the right here in the middle is your infotainment display screen. This is where you go to access much of the information about your daily driving experience. Right now you're looking at the optional navigation, which you can choose to connect through Toyota Connected Services. Then audio listening. This is AM, FM, and satellite radio. Full Bluetooth connectivity includes Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and there's optional USB adapters throughout the vehicle. In the middle is hands-free communication, which you do via the Bluetooth connection with your personal device to the vehicle. Then you have a couple things in here. You've got your climate, so you've got it for front, rear, and your additional options, which include Eco Heat Cool and rear windshield de-icer. Then you have your classic trip information, and lastly is your off-road information. So this shows you in real time if you're going off-trail, what exactly is going on with your vehicle. Pretty cool little diagram to keep an eye on when you're actually out on the road. All the way at the bottom is all of your standard settings. So everything from personal profile, Bluetooth information, general notifications, sound media, vehicle customizing, apps, etc. Volume control is on the left-hand side here. Underneath, you've got your four-ways, push start ignition, as well as your tow haul mode. Middle right here is climate control center. So we've got dual climate control up front here. This allows for driver and front passenger to have their temperatures synced up, or you can turn off the sync to allow them to function independently. On each side, we also have 3 levels for both heated and cooled seats. Blue for cool, red for heat. On the right, you have this little on-off button for your heated steering wheel. Defrost for front and rear windshield is on the left-hand corner. You also have controls for the rear, so if you give that a press, it will bring up what is currently going on with the screen in the back. You can either choose to manipulate it here, or even to sync it up with the front. Lots of options to make sure everyone's comfortable at all times. Then underneath, you have your camera view, so if you give that a press, you'll find that your infotainment turns to this full surround view look of the vehicle in real time. You can also get higher or lower from the vehicle at any point, and I do currently have the driver's door open, so you'll find a little bit of distortion in your imaging there, not typically an issue. If you want to, though, you can pause this at any point in time in order to keep facing your current direction. You've got more adjustments for this in the bottom left-hand corner. To get rid of the screen, you can either press the same button that you did to bring it up, or you can just press the X in the top left-hand corner. Underneath this, you've got all of your adapter ports. You've got a wireless charging pad down here. So this guy is compatible with any wireless charging device. For phones, it has this nice built-in tray design, as well as having this texture. It's a little hard to pick it up on camera, but you can definitely feel it subtly with your fingers here. This makes sure that your phone will be nice and secure when it's in that place, not going to go flipping and sliding out of there when you're actually out on the road. This device also means that you don't have to worry about having charging cords in your vehicle at all times. Of course, if that's your preference, we've got the charger cords available for you up top. Then there's another little left-hand pad on the other side here, which is not a charging pad, simply storage space. You have your driving mode select, then your MTS and downhill/crawl. Gear shift in the center there, parking brake and parking hold. In the back is where you have your traction control, your stab bar, you've got your diff locks, and then your 2-wheel 4-high and 4-low controls. Cup holders on the right-hand side. You can even see some of the interior lighting here. You can, of course, see it really clearly underneath of where your wireless charger is, too. Then console space. This guy opens up and, in fact, has a double purpose. So you'll notice this little button here. It says Cool Box. So if you give it a press, the light will turn on. I don't know if the mic will pick it up, but there is this sound much like when you turn on your AC, and you can actually feel it with your hands that there is this cold air flowing in here. So this turns this little storage space in here into essentially a refrigerator. This will only run when you actually have your vehicle turned on. You do have to turn it on and off yourself, but if you're somebody who really enjoys having a nice cool drink with you in the car, especially when it is hot in the summertime, this is the nicest little addition to have in the vehicle. On the right-hand side, down below, you've got a lockable glove box. Up overhead on the rear view mirror, 1, 2, and 3 dots. These guys are garage door openers. Right now you've got a normal reflective rear view mirror, but if you flip the switch, it will turn instead to a camera view. This guy takes advantage of this little camera that is located just underneath of the glass on that little glass panel that can lift up in the back. And the reason for this is that sometimes when you're driving, you have either cargo or passengers that are either being a distraction, partially or fully blocking your view of the vehicles and traffic behind yourself. If that's an issue you ever have, you can simply flip that switch and then it will turn to a camera view behind yourself. You don't have to worry about distractions inside the cab taking away from you safely driving. Then on top of that, you've got your SOS button, overhead lighting controls, and controls up there for the moonroof. Thanks again, folks, for joining us on this full video tour for this Toyota Land Cruiser Premium in the color white. It is located here at Sherwood Park Toyota at 31 Automall Road in Sherwood Park, Alberta, Canada. You can also reach us at 780-306-7703. And remember, life is full of choices. Let us be yours.